Welcome everybody to Royal Nation TV, and I am Prince Duah, aka the Melanated King, and I got a beautiful Renee, Queen, Melanated Queen, as a guest. Well, she ain't a guest. We just having a good time.
We are having a great time.
Excuse me, a great time on one of these great Friday nights, and kudos to all the wine drinkers. Let me hold it right. Hold on. Let me get it right. There we go.
You gotta put your pinky up.
Yeah, pinky up. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Yeah, like that. So look, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about some real shit that's going on right now. We're dealing with this pandemic. We're dealing with a lot of different things, injustices and police brutality and racism and sexism and transgender. Really, that ain't even a damn word, but we're gonna just make it what it is. So I want to ask you a question, okay?
Okay. I knew you were gonna come to me for that.
Is sexuality a big thing now in 2020, or has it moved to something else?
I can honestly say that, and I'm pretty sure most people can agree with me when I say this, that in the height of 2020, not even in the height, but in the beginning of 2020, you had a lot of people coming out of the closet, so to speak.
Yeah.
2020 was a big year for people accepting themselves for who they are and not giving a fuck about what anybody felt about it. I heard about some prominent YouTube stars that came out as transgender. Nikki Tutorials, one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube. Makeup, she is transgender, and then it just kind of like a ripple effect. You know, you had a lot of people coming out, just speaking on their sexuality, their preference.
Okay.
I feel like 2020 was a big year for that.
So do you feel that TVs, movies, even cartoons are exploiting our people with that type of LGBTQ plus TTTE? I'm just joking for everybody. It's a long alphabet name. Much respect.
Well, like LGBTQ LMNOP, right?
But my thing is, do you feel like it's a situation where they're kind of like forcing it on you? Or should that be a genuine thing?
I mean, that's a very good question. I feel like it's the same question you could ask about people when African Americans or Black people were put into the entertainment industry. You know, for a long time they had their own outlet, they had their own niche that they would really gravitate to, and it was considered not necessarily the status quo to have African Americans or people of color in the entertainment industry. And now today, it's more or less like, why don't you have it? And I feel like the gay, queer, LGBTQ plus community is essentially the same thing. They're a little bit behind the curve in the sense of they're just now coming to light where people are being more cognizant and more aware and, you know, want to be more socially inept when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, I feel like everybody's got to take strides. Every minority, whatever that may be, whether it be racial, religion, cultural, sexual, we all have to take our own strides. And I feel like the LGBTQ community is just now getting to that point where it's okay to be you.
So how do you feel about the people? And we just had a guy recently, a very famous person that had an island that had people on there and kids. Epstein. And you know, we see people on TV. We know we have celebrity friends. We know people that's out there, but some of these people are not like, you know, really good people. But you love them when you see them on the TV. You love them when you hear their music. So how do you feel about a person like Epstein that has an island and people that come visit Epstein's island? How do you feel about that?
I can't necessarily. People will only do what you allow them to do.
Okay.
Period. Epstein was able to be who he was because he had a support group big enough to be able to accomplish what he did. He had people supporting him financially, and shit, just high fives, you know, like, do your own thing. I mean, we see the politicians and the celebrities that partied and interacted with him. I feel like because the fact that nobody necessarily said anything to him. It was able to go on as long as it did, but at the end of the day, like, people are going to do whatever you allow them to do.
That's true.
And as wrong as it is, he was able to exploit these young girls in a manner that nobody actually called him out on. And so that's why it continued for as long as it did.
Okay. How do you feel about his death? If he really,
I feel it's
suicide.
very controversial. I don't necessarily feel like he killed himself, and if he did, I do feel like that is a coward's way out.
Yeah.
But a part of me does feel that it could have been. I mean, he had a lot of bigwigs on his Rolodex. I feel like somebody could have maybe put in the word like, "Hey, we need this dude to be out of here before my shit comes to light." Essentially, you know.
And it still
so I
came
feel like
to
it's
light,
controversial.
Though. Yeah.
It did kind of. I feel like a lot of it is more coming to light with Ghislaine Maxwell's trial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because her whole thing has been released to the public, the deposition that she put in with Epstein's trial. So, I mean, it is what it is, but at the end of the day, I do feel that there are certain people that are in power that have certain strings that they can pull to make somebody be or not be if it benefits them.
Gotcha.
And I mean, he was with those type of people. He was interacting with those type of people, flirting with people. He was not so much, but like him being out there and being exposed is exposing all of them. So he's a liability, and I could definitely see people trying to shut that down.
So my question for you, right? So how do you feel about when you hear a couple and the partner that's in that couple, right? They hit you with it was an entanglement. What
was an entanglement? Him.
He or she messing with somebody.
With minors?
Nah, somebody.
You're talking about.
I'm talking about. I switched the conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm talking about Will Smith, Jada Pinkett.
Okay.
Hey.
So how you feel?
How you feel? But how do you feel about the whole entanglement?
Okay.
I see she did that hand like.
I mean, I want to be able to articulate this in a manner that people can understand me, and I don't want it to get lost in my own thoughts. As a polyamorous woman,
hold on, please explain it to the viewers of what polyamorous.
Okay.
If I'm saying the word.
You
right.
are.
What does that mean?
Polyamorous, excuse me, just basically means that I do not. First off, I don't believe in the Hallmark ideal or theory of in love. I don't believe in that. I believe that as a conscious being on this earth, I love everybody. My connection with people will differentiate how I feel and my interaction with them. Mm-hmm. That being said, I can love you and you be my partner, and I can love somebody else, whether that be a male or female, but still devote energy and time to that person. You know what I mean? My best friend, I always look at it like.
Okay, so you mean, all right. So
not even just the best friend type of scenario, though.
Okay, so you're explaining that, all right, you could love me, but you could love another man like you love me, or another female like you love me, and still do the same things you do with me that you would do with.
And it doesn't always have to be sexual.
I mean,
okay, prime example. I have deep love for somebody, a woman that I have never had sex with, and I love her more than I have loved some partners that I have had sex with. Okay. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like the idea of love or connection is directly intertwined with sex. Sex is just a byproduct of that. You know what I mean? So for me, I can love you and love others and devote my energy. When I feel like love, that's me giving you my energy, me giving you my time, me giving you my patience, my whatever the case may be. If I'm devoting anything to you, I love you. You know what I mean? So when I say I'm polyamorous, I will spread my love beyond many people. Mm-hmm. And it is not always sexual, but I am devoting my time and my energy to this person.
Okay.